You started earning more money. And instead of feeling good, you feel guilty. Guilty when you spend it on yourself. Guilty when you save it instead of helping family. Guilty when you enjoy it while people you love are still struggling. Nobody talks about this, but it's one of the most common psychological barriers to building wealth that exists. It's called money guilt, and it may be quietly running your finances right now. Hi, I'm Hana. This is Mind Bloom. Today we're talking about why earning more money sometimes feels morally wrong, and what that feeling is actually doing to your financial life. Money guilt is not the same as overspending guilt, the feeling you get after buying something you couldn't afford. Money guilt is something quieter and stranger. It's the discomfort of having more than the people around you. The feeling that your financial progress somehow comes at someone else's expense. The sense that enjoying money while others struggle makes you a bad person. And it tends to show up most powerfully in people who came from financial difficulty, who grew up watching parents stress about bills, who saw siblings or friends left behind, who carry the memory of not having enough as a core part of their identity. When that person starts earning more, something unexpected happens. Instead of relief, they feel exposure. Instead of freedom, they feel obligation. Instead of enjoyment, they feel shame. And the financial decisions that follow are shaped entirely by that feeling, not by logic, not by strategy, not by what would actually build long-term stability. Money guilt has several distinct roots, and understanding which one is yours matters. The first is class identity. If you grew up working class or in a family that struggled financially, that identity becomes part of who you are. Wealth, on some level, can feel like a betrayal of that identity, like you're leaving something or someone behind. Researchers studying class transitions have found that people who move from lower to higher socioeconomic positions often experience what's called class guilt, a persistent discomfort with their own upward mobility, especially when people they love haven't moved with them. The second root is family loyalty. If your family is still struggling while you're doing better, spending money on yourself can feel deeply disloyal. Why should you have what they can't? This often leads to a pattern of overgiving, sending money home, picking up every tab, funding other people's needs, until there's nothing left to build with. The generosity is real, but driven by guilt, it becomes a mechanism that keeps you financially stuck. The third root is survivor psychology. Some people carry a deep, often unconscious belief that their success happened at someone else's expense. That the good things in their life came from luck that others deserved more. And that holding onto wealth, rather than redistributing it, is somehow hoarding something that doesn't really belong to them. Here's what money guilt actually looks like in financial behavior. Chronic overgiving. You can't say no when family or friends need money, even when your own financial situation can't sustain it, even when the giving never seems to help. Unconscious income sabotage. Opportunities to earn more get passed over. Raises don't get negotiated. Business ideas stop just short of profitability. The mind finds reasons to stay at a level of income that feels familiar and safe, rather than reaching for what's actually possible. Spending the moment money arrives. Holding onto money feels uncomfortable when others don't have it. So it gets spent, given away, or committed to obligations before it can become savings, before it can become wealth. Inability to enjoy spending. Even when you spend money on something legitimate and affordable, there's an undercurrent of wrong. A voice that says, "Other people don't have this. Who are you to enjoy this?" And perhaps most damaging, hiding financial success from the people around you. Not talking about salary increases, downplaying income. Performing financial struggle even when the reality has changed. Because success in an environment where others are struggling can feel dangerous. Like it might damage relationships, attract resentment, or confirm some fear that you've become someone different. Here's what I want you to understand about money guilt. It is not irrational. In the environments where it forms, it made complete social sense. In a community where resources are scarce, conspicuous individual wealth creates social friction. Sharing and leveling are survival mechanisms. The person who hoards while others go without is not just unpopular, they're a threat to the group. Your guilt was your nervous system learning to fit into that social contract. The problem is that the social contract of scarcity doesn't apply to building personal wealth. The two things are not in conflict, but the brain hasn't fully learned that yet. You can build financial stability and still be generous. You can earn more and still be loyal to your roots. You can enjoy what you have and still care deeply about people who have less. Your wealth does not come at their expense, and your struggle does not help them. This is the belief that money guilt most needs to examine, because it's almost never actually true. So what actually helps with money guilt? First, name it. Most people carrying money guilt have never called it that. They experience it as generosity, as loyalty, as not being materialistic. Naming it as guilt, as a feeling that is shaping behavior in ways you wouldn't consciously choose, is the first step to having a choice about it. Second, separate giving from guilt. Genuine generosity comes from abundance and choice. Guilt-driven giving comes from obligation and fear. Both look the same from the outside, only you know which one is driving yours. If you're giving because you love someone and want to help, that's a value, honor it. If you're giving because holding onto money feels wrong or because you're afraid of what people will think if you don't, that's guilt. And it deserves to be examined, not acted on automatically. Third, redefine what loyalty means. Loyalty to where you came from doesn't require you to stay there financially. The most loyal thing you can do for a family that struggled is to build something that means they don't have to. Your financial stability is not a betrayal. It's a resource for you and eventually for the people you care about. And finally, find community among people who understand this transition. The loneliness of upward mobility is real and under-researched. Being surrounded by people who have navigated the same emotional terrain, who know what it feels like to succeed in a context that didn't quite prepare you for it, is one of the most powerful things available to someone working through money guilt. If any of this resonated, if you've been doing well financially and felt strangely terrible about it, I want you to sit with one thought. The guilt you feel is not evidence that your success is wrong. It's evidence that you came from somewhere that shaped you deeply, that you carry people with you. That connection and loyalty matter to you in a way that money has never been able to replace. Those are not things to be ashamed of. They are, in many ways, the best things about you. The work is not to eliminate them. It's to stop letting them make financial decisions on your behalf. If this video named something you've been carrying, share it. Someone you know is sabotaging their own financial progress out of guilt they've never had words for. I'm Hana. Take care of yourself. See you in the next one.